You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on ngscsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis for all things sport. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
This is the Happy Hour Network.
Pay attention, son. This is for your own good.
Hey, everyone. This is Randy Cruz of the Cruise Control Podcast, and you're now tuning in to the Earnestly Speaking Podcast.
The Earnestly Speaking Podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking Podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Puff in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh. Got my hustle on, no imitation of that. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heart throb in my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too feeble and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty. Shake!
All right, welcome to the Earnestly Speaking Podcast. I'm your host, Ernest E.J. Christian. Online to me today, of course, it's Tuesday. It's the Studio Game Report with the man, Kyle Nash. We're going to do a quick podcast thing. Kyle, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I know we're trying to go quick, but, man, look, happy holiday, happy belated Hanukkah to you, Merry Christmas, all that stuff. Always a joy and privilege. I know most of what we're going to talk about anyway. Let's just knock it out.
Yeah, man, let's get to it right away. Like I said, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, all that stuff, Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa is whatever, I don't know what the holidays have now. Quickly, the biggest story out of Week 15, of course, the Panthers-Giants game, the big fight between Odell Beckham Jr. and Josh Norman, the back and forth. The NFL suspended Odell Beckham Jr. for one game. Was the suspension fair or foul?
Well, okay, look, so here's the thing. That shouldn't even gotten to that point because I think it's been said by many people in the mainstream media already, and I'm going to repeat it just because they happen to be right in this case. The real fault here falls with the officials. How many personal fouls must a player or a pair of players get before you eject a fool, okay? It never should have gotten to the point of Odell Beckham's cheap shot. Both of them were taking little pot shots at each other throughout the game, and there's a point where you got to be like, okay, enough's enough. I'm here to keep order. That's my job. That's why I got a $40,000 a year raise and a pension, and I'm going to actually do it. Well, that's not what happened here. I think the only reason Beckham got flagged was because the helmet-to-helmet hit. Not flagged, I'm sorry, suspended was the helmet-to-helmet hit. No question. That was the driving force.
Right. I agree. The officials definitely responsible. This is responsible as the saying it too fast, actually. This is responsible as the as Beckham's hit because they allowed this to get this far. And if you allow this far, the players are going to do what they're going to do, you know? So that being said, but I thought because the hit was really bad, it should have been at least 2-3 games suspension. It was a bad look, and hopefully he recovers from this because, I mean, this is really bad because this guy is one of the most talented players in the NFL, top 2-3 receiver in the league right now. We discussed it last week on this podcast, and it'd be a shame that because he can't keep his anger under control that he loses that respect.
Right, I agree. I don't know about 2 or 3 games, but also because Norman is just as culpable, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Like I said, that last hit being over the line is what they're punishing, and I get that. But I would say this. I think him dropping that ball to open the game where he had Norman beaten like a redheaded stepchild was in his head more than Norman was. I just think that kind of compounded it.
Right.
Hey, look, I know why he dropped it, though. He didn't. He had 3 fingers once he caught a ball, so now he went down to only 2 hands, and that's why he dropped it. I mean, right? Because math.
Right. Stay on Carolina Panthers, 14-0. Beat my Giants this weekend. Albeit it wasn't easy in the fourth quarter. I believe they have Tampa and New Orleans end the year. Do they end the year unbeaten? 14-0 Panthers? Yes. They do it.
Yes.
Are you percentage of chance that happens? Are you 100% sure on that?
Give me 95.
Whoa, that's pretty convincing there. Let me ask you another question. Here, because we're doing a Turbo podcast today. Why the hell aren't people talking more about the Kansas City Chiefs? They won 8 straight games. And by the way, lost the best player.
Oh, yeah. By the way, too, Jamal Charles. So there's reason number one they're not talking about him. 2, this is not a fun football team to watch unless you happen to be, me. They're a team that beats you by battering you and playing good defense. They have the king of the check down who emulates, game management. I think it's really a playoff between who's a better game manager right now, Russell Wilson or Alex Smith. I would still give it to Wilson technically, but, you got to give Alex Smith his props because he's been in the same place now that Russell Wilson has been for the past 2 weeks with both his top running backs hurt. So, Charkandrick West is back now, but no one's talking about the Chiefs simply because it's not Peyton Manning and Brock Osweiler. But hey, if I'm Andy Reid, if I'm the Kool-Aid man, and you ask me if I like it being quiet, I'd say, oh yeah. I'm just throwing that out there.
And by the way, I don't know if you're paying attention here, but if the Chiefs win next week and the Broncos lose, which is very possibly playing Cincinnati Bengals, they are tied at AFC West. That's for the record if you want their attention.
Well, I can even add to that. If the right group of teams win out, the Chiefs, the Steelers, and the Bengals, your Denver Broncos could miss the playoffs with an 11-5 record, something we haven't seen since 2008 when another significant starting quarterback got hurt, and that, of course, is Tom Brady being subbed in for Matt Castle. Boom, because trivia, bitches. What? Did I blow your mind that much?
That much. I don't mean a second. Question. Are the Steelers the team that nobody wants to play now at this point?
As the AFC is concerned, absolutely. The Jets have shown themselves to be streaky. Not John Starks streaky from 90s basketball, but still pretty streaky. But the fair question is, in the NFL, who's scarier, the Seahawks or the Steelers? That's a very compelling question because you never know with Ben's health what's going to happen.
Right.
That being said, I would call the Steelers scarier than the Seahawks today until they get back Thomas Rawls or Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, they are scary. I mean, and see what they did against that Denver defense in the second half of that game on Sunday was incredible. 34 points.
Pressure was fantastic.
Yeah, unbelievable. If I'm a Pats fan, I'm shaking my boots. I know a lot of Pats fans saying, "Oh, go Steelers." Nah, I don't think you want that. Nah, you want that team to playoffs because they can win in Foxborough. Just saying.
Not to mention they have the revenge play from Week 1 where they did stupid things on defense like leave Gronk open. That ain't happening a second time.
Speaking of Gronk, I want you right now to rank me your 3. This is gonna be 3. Your MVPs right now in order.
Well, okay, by default, Cam.
Of course.
You got to have that.
Cam Swag.
Not even a question. Cam Swag, all day. 2, I'm going to go Carson Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Palmer, for one. That number 3 is difficult for me. I vacillate in different directions. Gronk is 1. Adrian Peterson is 1. But then when you see Teddy Bridgewater get 85%, he's 1. Brady's in the discussion, but I wouldn't put him top 3.
I'll be honest. I think Brady lost it after he lost Gronk. I think the case for Gronk being MVP was made even stronger when Brady lost Gronk for those 2 weeks.
Right. Well, I'll put it this way. Something I can do is something, again, harkening back to 90s NBA stuff. In things like this, what people would do and cheat is combine John Stockton and Karl Malone and things as if they're one player. And you could arguably do that here with Brady and Gronk. But, are we out of vogue, including one Aaron Rodgers in this scenario? Is that a bad choice?
You can make a case, but he might be an option looking at. He's definitely in the top 3. I mean, your top 2 is my top 2. Oh, and by the way, we can say that I don't care what you say. Russell Wilson is now nudging some to discussion now. What he's done the last 4 or 5 weeks is incredible.
Top 6 or 10, maybe.
He's been incredible.
He's not top 3.
No. I didn't say top 3. I just said in the discussion. Brady.
Oh yeah.
To me, it's still Peterson /Brady /Gronk number 3.
Okay. Yeah,
But
that's
Russell
where I'm
Wilson
at.
definitely made
The
a
third
case
is
late in
so
the year.
distant.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
distant third.
Yeah.
Distant third. We're talking like, from like I could drive and hang out with you in Miami. That kind of.
Well, I'll tell you who's not in the discussion. It's not J.J. Watt. Let's just keep it real.
Although
I will say, and I did text you the other day, that maybe it's time for the Texans to have him play quarterback, given how much quarterbacks they've gone through now. Brandon Weaver.
I've been saying that since week 3. I don't want to hear it. Welcome to this party. You're late, okay? They already ate all the chicken wings, so all you have is dessert, okay? I'm sorry.
I like that one. Question. Is it time to turn the keys back to Peyton Manning if he's healthy? Or is Brock still rocking? What we doing here? Because I think Brock's still sitting guy.
I'm not convinced Peyton's healthy yet, for one. So there's that. I mean, and it's funny. If I'm Peyton Manning, I want Brock to win this game and then fall apart against the Chargers so I can have my bye week to rest and look good at my first playoff performance. Because we saw what he did after rest before playing the Green Bay Packers. He had his best game of the damn season, breaking 300 yards and throwing only 1 interception. But, I mean, first of all, we don't even know that Manning's healthy yet. And I think, personally, I don't think there is any way he can be at this point. That would blow my mind. Osweiler, he's right in the middle. That Steelers game is kind of a microcosm of his entire performance thus far. The first half is strong, and he's taken advantage of mistakes handed to him. The second half, the other side stops making mistakes, and now it's a struggle. Now, granted, Brock Osweiler can't be blamed for Vernon Davis dropping balls the way he has at the tight end spot. I don't know if he's still traumatized from his time with the 49ers and how so many of them have retired due to situations involving the injuries throughout their career. Chris Bortland, Patrick Willis, Anthony Davis, all of them retiring due to concerns with playing football. I don't know if some elements of that are in Vernon Davis's head. That's a total conspiracy theory. But him dropping passes the way he has for Brock Osweiler has not been part of it. And I mention it in particular to probably the single biggest drop of the game that could have kept the drive alive to give him a shot to go ahead and take the lead, which he didn't get.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. And I think, I look, if Peyton's healthy, yeah, I'll go so far as considering it. But like I said, I'm not convinced Brock's the reason losing this game. Even what happened in the game against Pittsburgh, I'm not convinced Brock's the reason they're losing games. Let's chill on that for a second. You know what I mean? I'm sure you agree with me also too.
Yeah.
Last one for let you go. Last question let you go. And we do this every week. Going down to the playoffs, we break down the playoff seedings, how it looks right now, and see what sticks. AFC first, Pats and Bengals. Pats, it looks like there's a hole pretty much in the Pats. They got to buy at least. Does this hold?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they'll still be the top team in the division, no question.
Okay, Bengals. Okay, so you got Pats, Bengals 1 and 2. Then you have, let's see here, Steelers, the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Texans. Anything changes here?
The Steelers will be in the playoffs.
Yes. Because
the Patriots will beat the Jets.
Right.
Bottom line.
Texans staying there, or the Colts make a run back?
Considering the fact that the Texans play the Titans next week, I'm staying with the Texans for right now.
Okay, cool. And Denver stays in?
I think Denver will finish number 2. I think they'll beat the Bengals this coming week.
Okay. Okay. NFC, it looks like the 1-2 is all set pretty much. Carolina, Arizona, 1 and 2, pretty much. That's not gonna change.
Yeah.
Then you have your wild cards: Minnesota, Seattle, Green Bay, Washington Redskins. Redskins have a game lead. They win this week against Philadelphia. They are in. They win the East. Does anything change here? I don't see anything changing here at this point.
No, I see the Skins winning the de facto NFC least championship against the Eagles, and I will take you to task on one thing.
Okay.
Do you find car accidents sexy there, EJ?
Do I find car accidents sexy?
Yes.
Like the Redskins, Kirk Cousins, and all that? You like that? Like that? What?
No, see, because here's what I mean. You're the one that pinned something that tried to tell me about sex appeal in the least. Sex appeal ain't the right word. It's just thrill. It's cheap reality TV. It's a car wreck, and we just can't turn away.
Look. Don't get on hot and bothered, brother. Don't get on hot and bothered. The NFC East, you're still talking about it. You're all still talking about it. So I don't want to hear anything you guys say. Well, there you go. Look,